You know, Ed, we've seen that from him, through spring training, and that's been the word from our player development staff about Antonio, that he's got. I've said it before with you guys who've been around spring training. He's got a good heartbeat, pulse is good, competes. So we're not worried about what happens in between the lines for the most part. As far as the emotional. He gets that part. Now, there's some things that he needs to clean up moving forward on the pitching side, and he'll continue to work on a few things. But, he's focused, and he's always in a pretty good space as far as in-game awareness.
You went out to see him before the episode.
Yeah.
What was the conversation?
Can't tell you, Tom. Thomas can't tell you.
Okay, so it was strategy. It wasn't.
It was a lot of it was strategy related. I had a pretty good idea I was going to keep him in the game. We talked a little bit, just about how he's feeling. But I wanted to talk to him and Tony about how we were going to face Sardinias, and I felt pretty good about how he's throwing after the walk. I thought it was the at bat to Renfroe, the at bat to Hedges. I thought were good enough for him to keep going. And then Ibar, flared one in. His stuff was good to Ibar. He popped a couple 96s there. So I think he was still, in a good place physically at that point. So when I went out there, we talked about a couple different things. But, I felt good about leaving him in.
You managed to be successful working almost exclusively with the fastball at times. Is that
Right.
the plan going in, or is that something?
That's sort of his, that's sort of his thing. He's got good fastball command. He's got good velocity. He's got good action in the hitting area with the fastball. He did throw a few sliders. There's some sliders that resulted in outs. Renfroe hit a ground ball on slider to short. He threw a couple changeups, but it's a fastball. It's a fastball component to his game.
When you were in San Diego, you obviously had a lockdown closer, Trevor Hoffman.
Yes.
Greg Holland, he's turning into kind of that guy. It's just so fun to watch him pitch.
Well, I think that a key to any team's success, from the pitching side, it's great to have great starting pitching, a guy at the end, and then those guys in the bullpen can settle into certain parts of the game and certain roles, and you mix and match a little bit, based on availability and matchups. But with a guy at the end, it does make it easier. And I think when you define that and you have guys, it sort of sets a performance level that the guys, appreciate. And I think that's, could be happening here. I think with Greg, the way he's showing, he's done a nice job. But you're right, throughout my career, even going back as a player, with Quisenberry and Doug Jones in Cleveland. I'm going to name drop a little bit here, and then going to San Francisco with Righetti and Brantley. Then on the coaching side with Percival, Frankie Rodriguez, Trevor Hoffman, Heath Bell, Houston Street, some guys who did a nice job. And Greg has passed the test of time as a closer with the Royals, two-time All-Star, has pitched in postseason. Look at his numbers. I mean, they're real. They're real closer numbers, so we feel good about that. And the health component with Greg, we think we're there. I mean, we're going to continue to watch all our guys as we do, but he's done a nice job through February, March in Arizona, and as the season started, he's done a nice job. No doubt about that.
But this is the first time in franchise history you guys have won with 3 solo homers. Does that speak more to timely hitting, quality pitching, or a little bit of both?
Well, I did not know that fact. That's a fun fact. 3 solo homers to win a game. Did not know that. How many years is the Rockies? How about that? You dug that one up?
They told me on it.
Nolan's won a couple of games for you with the late home run. To see him do it the opposite way.
It was a combination. Hey, we played nice defense. There wasn't a great deal of tremendous great plays tonight, but we pitched extremely well, and we hit the ball out of the park. They hit the ball out of the park too, once.
Buddy, Adam Ottavino seems to have found his release point, his mechanics seem in a good place right now. Did you see see that tonight with him?
He threw the ball well again tonight, Patrick. I think that the fastball breaking ball combination, when it's on, you'll see innings like today. We saw some funky swings, but again, through spring training, you could see it coming. That he was getting it towards the end of March, and he's carried that over. There was a little hiccup there in Milwaukee when he walked the first two guys that one game, and he came back and punched out the side. But he's capable of these types of outings because of his stuff. There's deception and stuff, and when you have that, that's a lethal combo.
How easy for you to have it? Nolan Arenado seems to find ways to hit the home run.
Well, he's Nolan's doing it in a couple different ways for us. Not only with the glove, we saw that in Milwaukee. We saw a couple good plays against the Dodgers as well. The big home run against the Brewers, the big home run tonight that gave us the lead. But this is the type of player that is Thomas. He does these types of things. So again, we need the rest of our group to get on board too, which they will. We have all the confidence in the world in the rest of the group to do things like Nolan did tonight.
How much more dangerous of a hitter can he be? A traditional pull guy, but when he's lifting the ball, going away and going off.
He hit the home run against Kershaw on the breaking ball. You saw the opposite field homer today on the ball away from him. I see him as an all-field hitter. I really do. I mean, he's capable of, even at last at bat, he fouled the ball off, against Stamen on a ball out over the plate that he was trying to get a base hit to bring Charlie in from third base. He was, shortening his swing a little bit, but, he's capable of doing many things at the plate. He's got power. He's going to hit for average. The thing that I like, he makes adjustments. He'll manipulate his hands. He's not a one groove type swing player. So does a lot of great things at the plate.